Yo, yes, sir. Your boy is in the building. Media Marcus, Monday, February the 16th, 2026. President's Day, as some will say. Wrong drop. President's Day, as some will say, is February 16th, 2026. 10:56 p.m. I'm your guy, Media Marcus, holding it down. Live stream podcast coming right after this. But yes, we're going to get it in. We're going to talk the latest in news, sports, and entertainment. I got a great deal of the day for you guys that I rarely see, so I'm going to give out the deal of the day. That'll be the first clip I certainly post right after I get off air. We got America's Next Top Model, the documentary. Let me see what was the actual name of it. Let me get that correct. Reality check inside America's Next Top Model. I'll be reviewing that in totality. Watch all 3 episodes today, just for you guys. Media Markets live stream February the 16th, 2026. Talk the latest with Cam Newton, Nipsey Hussle, Robert Duvall, Kennesaw State, all of those things. So I got a lot to talk about. Possibly Wendy's. My guy Mike Curry wanted me to talk these Wendy's closing. So let's get right into it. As it is February the 16th, 2026, Media Markets live stream. And let's start off with a deal of the day, man. This one I hadn't seen yet. It's rare that I see these type of deals for this particular chain. But let's talk about a deal of the day. Deal of the day, Tuesday, February the 17th, 2026. Five Guys is giving away BOGO free burgers. So buy one, get one free burgers on February the 17th. So today, February the 17th, you can grab a free burger with any burger purchase. Just log in and use the code 40F. F is in Frank, G is in girl, B Day. So FG, Five Guys B Day, FG B Day. Let me give that over. So Five Guys are giving away BOGO free burgers. Buy one, get one free burgers on February the 17th. What you have to do, February the 17th only, that's the only day they're doing this. Grab a free burger with any burger purchase. Just log in and use code 40FG Day. That's 40FG is for Five Guys B Day. So put in the promo code 40FG Day for your buy one, get one free burgers at Five Guys February the 17th. Take advantage of that deal of the day here on the Media Markets live stream. Buy one, get one free at Five Guys for the burgers February the 17th. Please take advantage. All right, so that's the deal of the day. Let's move on. I did want to, switch gears before I really get into the thick of things. Robert Duvall, very famous actor for a very long time. Robert Duvall passed away today at the age of 95. Legendary actor. He was in Godfather, Godfather 2. I mean, that's really how I know him. As he played. I'm really terrible with names, man. Let me see. Robert Duvall. He was the conciliary, though, to the Corleone family. Robert Duvall was in The Godfather. Let me see what role he played because it's going to come up. Is it James? Not James. Not Sonny. He played. Who did he play? Where is? Why don't I see him? Let's go Godfather 2. Maybe I'm missing something. Choo choo. Sonny was Sonny in Godfather 2? I don't think so. This is awful. I'm seeing all the cast and now Robert Duvall. Like, why is that? Why is that? Why am I seeing that? So Robert Duvall, though, did pass away today at the age of 95. Let me see who he played in The Godfather. He played. Yeah, it's still not telling me. What is the internet doing? Why is the internet so bad? He played Tom Hagen. Thank you. Tom Hagen. Robert Duvall passed away today at age 95. He played Tom Hagen in both of the Godfather First and the Godfather 2. We don't acknowledge Godfather 3 on here on the Media Market stream. So, but yes, passed away. Rest in peace to him, Robert Duvall. Let's get into some more news outside of Robert Duvall and deaths. But let's switch gears a little bit. We're going to talk Cam Newton and Ashley Moss, their show 106 in Sports canceled. So this is the latest. 106 in Sports. That is a show that features NFL star Cam Newton and sports journalist Ashley Nicole Moss. Has been canceled at BET after 8 episodes, 1 season with the network. So this is Black Millionaires reporting. BET has officially pulled the plug on 106 in Sports, the network sports meets culture talk show hosted by former NFL MVP Cam Newton and sports journalist Ashley Nicole Moss. After 8 episodes, the show, which aimed to blend the legacy and energy of 106 in Park with more modern sports debate and cultural commentary, debuted with high expectations, featuring Newton's larger-than-life personality and Moss's sharp sports analysis. 106 in Sports was positioned as a fresh entry into the growing sports media landscape, particularly one centered around Black athletes, culture, and conversation. Yeah, I mean, that show just wasn't good. I only saw 1 episode, but it never looked authentic from the jump. The way they introduced the show at the BET Awards, and the two kind of came out, and it just didn't feel all like great. The chemistry didn't feel great. I watched 1 episode. They had like the crowd, and it felt like the crowd wasn't real. Like, obviously they were real people, but I feel like, were they paid to be there? I did ask that question at one point. 106 in Sports, though, is canceled after 8 episodes with the network. It's probably best for everybody. That it wasn't popping. It was not pop. It was not a popping show. We can't live in 2003. We have to think about 2033. What's next? And I think BT with that one, that probably would have been popping in 2011, but right now, where the world is going with the streaming and stuff like that, BET, yes, they had to cancel this. So 106 in Sports is canceled after 1 season with the BET network. That's Cam Newton's show, as well as Ashley Nicole Moss. We'll see what the two have going moving forward, as well as the production, everybody involved there on the show. But that show has been canceled after 8 episodes. 106 in Sports. I probably just could have named it something different and made it like a real actual show, but they didn't. So I think that was a little fail on their part, trying to recreate that energy. Like, no, it's not that. Let's move forward. But yeah, so that's the latest on 106 in Sports. A couple more things that I saw before I really get into some deep dives. Victory. Let's talk Kennesaw State. So Kennesaw State, that is a Georgia-led university. Kennesaw State, Black Millionaires reporting. Kennesaw State University is making history. Its first school in Georgia to offer both a bachelor's and graduate degree in artificial intelligence, AI. So Kennesaw State, Black Millionaires reporting. Kennesaw State is making history as first school in Georgia to offer both a bachelor's and graduate degree in artificial intelligence, approved by the University System of Georgia's Board of Regents. The new Bachelor of Science in Artificial Intelligence will begin in fall 2026 and be available for KSU's Marietta campus and online. So that is the latest for Kennesaw State. They are the first school in Georgia to offer both a bachelor's degree and a graduate degree in artificial intelligence, AI. So we'll see what comes of that. But we know AI is taking over. I mean, what can we say? Really? It's the world we live in. It's the world that people ask for as well. It is. There was at one point, and then we realized we were losing jobs. But yeah, so that's the latest with Kennesaw State. I got a couple more things to talk about. Oh, did you guys see this? Did you guys see Stephen A. Smith talking about if he was in a presidential seat? So, my bad, you guys. I'm sorry. I'm just looking up the story. But Stephen A. talked about how the U.S. would be under his presidency. We know Stephen A. has talked about possibly running for president in 2028. We'll see. We'll see what happens with that. But he talked about his potential policies and border control and things like that. So Stephen A. Smith is really jumping out there. I mean, we know him for a long time in the sports world. I certainly know of him. I've known Stephen A. Smith, not personally, but known of him since the late '90s, early 2000s. Quite frankly, I'm Stephen A. Smith, the first take, Stephen A. Smith, and this guy. It's really interesting to me because Stephen A. Smith was kind of gone for a little while, like circa I feel like '05, '06. No, maybe '07, '08. Stephen A wasn't around like really in the sports world as he had been before. And then we've seen how he reached to the top, kind of getting back, or not getting back, getting way surpassed what he was to where he is now in the sports world. It's like the number one guy when you think about sports commentary. And now possible presidency runs in 2028. So that's what happened with Stephen A. Smith. But I thought that was a very interesting video. All right, that's Stephen A. Smith. Let's get out of here on a couple of things. Victory Lap, Nipsey Hussle's Victory Lap album, celebrating an 8-year anniversary. An 8-year anniversary today. This album, Victory Lap, was such a good moment in time in hip hop. I definitely remember like just the rollout for it and it was like around the Grammy time and Nipsey Hussle is missed, man. He gave out such good gems. He gave out great gems in this album. Let's talk about this album a little deeper. I'm talking about Victory Lap. I mean, Rap Niggas, that was a single. Last time that I checked, another single featuring YG. What just happened there? I don't know. I never seen my thing do that. But featuring YG, you had Dedication with Kendrick Lamar. And Kendrick Lamar's verse on that is crazy. Say K Dot he a better crip. No, I said he a man first. See, like you hear his words that come out his lips, like such a great album this was, Victory Lap. I remember just playing this all the time, every single day, Hustle and Motivate. I could still play this album and it just gets me out and it gets me ready for the day. I think that, the West Coast obviously has like a certain sound to it. I didn't really think like Nipsey. Obviously, he has some records that has like this certain West Coast sound. Like last time that I checked, but I mean, I thought this was such a great album. Nipsey Hussle, Victory Lap, celebrating 8 years, dropped in 2018, and we know he passed away in 2019, and that motivated me a lot. So to just kind of like build my own things and Annie Up Consulting, now the media market, and having both of those things, and we'll see what's next for me. But grinding all my life, you got Double Up. Blue Laces 2 is one of my favorite records from Nipsey Hussle. Yeah, it's a very good album, Victory Lap. Victory Lap celebrating 8-year anniversary of such a great album, man. Nipsey Hussle, Neighborhood Nip. Oh, wrong. Neighborhood Nip, man. Rest in peace, brother, man. Really good stuff. Really, really great gems on this. All of his music, all of his interviews. May continue to rest in peace. But Victory Lap, I did have to shout it out. Celebrating 8 years, 8-year anniversary for such a classic hip hop album. Salute. Rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle. All right. All right, look at that. I accidentally played the song. So that's the latest. And before I get out of here, I have to talk. I did this intentionally. I stayed this today. I was off work. It's a holiday. I had no idea, but then I remembered. So I had to talk Netflix's latest documentary, Reality Check Inside America's Next Top Model. We obviously know that was hosted by Tyra Banks, the megastar supermodel that she is. That was in the early 2000s. It premiered in 2003. And whoa. This was a really good documentary. I didn't watch the show at the time. I think like my mom watched it. I saw like some couple episodes, a few. I remember the Takara era, which they really didn't get too much into. She wasn't a part of the documentary, Takara. But yeah, this was such a good documentary. Reality Check Inside America's Next Top Model. Tyra Banks was involved. Jay Alexander, Jay Manuel as well. These are the people that she worked with from the jump into when they premiered the show. And I mean, there was just a lot going on. I think originally, like it started off with a very pure and good idea, right? Tyra Banks talked about Her just wanting to be an ally for the ladies and the women that aren't like super thin and white blonde girls. She wanted to really get all of America and see what really beauty is. The people that don't necessarily may not know that this is beauty, right? And I thought it was a very well thought of premise and idea and where Tyra was originally coming from. I think eventually though it just got out of pocket. So you saw like kind of in the early seasons, you know, reality TV from then till now has changed a lot. And it's still like I remember early 2000s. I was watching Making a Band 2. If you watch that, you know that there was so much going on, man. Anybody could die at any point in the early 2000s on reality TV. I mean, let's be honest. All right, anybody could have died. But I thought that it was a very interesting show. I mean, a very great concept. They got it launched at UPN, but after a while, you just started to see like the little cracks. Even in the first season, they talked about Ebony, who was a black model, bald head, lesbian lady. They refer to her as ashy and angry, and I mean, these are things that are insane, right? To hear, and then you you talk about like you get into a season two. I'm talking about right now, reality check inside of America's Next Top Model. Reviewing that here, I saw all 3 episodes today. But just taking these people kind of where they were coming out of. We talk about like Shandy in the second season, and she had a really good opportunity to win, and them showing her essentially cheating on her boyfriend. And having to admit that over the phone and her recollection of everything, which seemed a little blurry, and how they kept recording through all of this. So you did see some of those downfalls. They made a couple of the girls get dental surgery, like made them, or you were going home pretty much. I mean, not in those words, but certainly in those gestures. So even I mean I think the biggest thing though, just watching the documentary, I'm trying to like look at my notes, but the biggest thing of watching this documentary, and I'm talking about reality check inside America's Next Top Model, is that they just kind of try to continue to push the envelope until you reach the edge and you're still trying to push. They saw some of these challenges that were no longer really invested in the modeling, like modeling on a catwalk or a runway. These things were kind of just escalating to be more of a television show. We saw some of the ladies do like some of the ridiculous challenges or running in hills on treadmills and things of that nature, or having to walk in between these like swinging devices and trying to get. And then even afterwards with the show, we saw a lot of the ladies didn't see that success. Even some of the winners talked about the fact that I'm thinking about, I think her name is Danielle, who won the entire show. But afterwards, there was a stigma around those America's Next Top Model ladies inside the industry. Some of them felt that they were being blackballed. And then we got to talk about Tyra Banks, right? I have to talk about Tyra because her level of accountability in this documentary wasn't all the way there. Like she did acknowledge some wrongs, right? Saying hindsight is 2020, but she also just kind of kept using this theme that I didn't know at the time, and it's like okay, but apologize and speak on it, speak the truth, and even the fact that it seemed like Tyra Banks at some point really got to this tunnel vision where hey, this is my everything, right? This show, I'm sure she had other things going on, but that show was her everything, and she put her all into it, and you can see it clearly. But it got to a point where it was like damaging relationships, and even her relationship with Jay Manuel, America. I'm talking right now, reality check on Netflix, America's Next Top Model documentary. Tyra Banks, even her relationship with Jay Manuel didn't work out well. Like she wasn't able to speak on that in the documentary. And it's like, yo, it's been so many years. Like, what are we doing here? If you're not willing to like speak about the truth and really convey it to the viewers, Tyra Banks still seems like she's still in that window of opportunity, if you will. She even announced that possibly there will be another season, or she hinted at the fact that there possibly will be another season of America's Next Top Model. And it's just like, let it go. let it go, because I mean, what was something that started out so pure, we understand, it really turned into a circus of a reality television show. People were hurt. There were obviously women going through not eating properly, passing out, dealing with trauma inside the homes. And I mean, the show really got out of pocket with those challenges. But the dental surgery on the ladies. No, I'm not talking like, I'm talking like, from you're there in the dental office from 8 p.m. to 2 a.m. Like, they're just not taking your teeth out. Blackface, we saw blackface, and people, white women changing identities to have on, blackface during these challenges. I think it started off really pure, but I do have to say that Tyra's impact on the culture cannot be denied, right? Despite all of that I did just went through, and the goods and the bads, right? I think there were a lot of bads from Tyra Banks' standpoint. I thought she could have been more forthcoming in the documentary, and not just saying 2020 is hindsight, but more like, hey, this was a mistake. I was wrong. I could have done this. And even the fact that, like, yo, Jay Alexander, who was a backbone of the show, suffered a stroke in 2022, was not able to speak and still not able to walk. This is the walk queen. The walking queen cannot walk. I mean, it's 4 years later. I mean, Tyra Banks still hasn't seen him, and texting him during like this time where everyone's being interviewed for this documentary, and it just doesn't seem real. It doesn't seem authentic. And I'm not, I think it's really tough for people who's been in the industry for so long, since maybe a teenager till now, to be authentic. So this is a very good documentary, but I thought Tyra Banks, I thought the accountability was not there 100% like we thought it would be. However, I did love how everybody, their stories and the ups and downs, and even people talking about what they're up to now. But yeah, I think just overall looking at it, great documentary. Go check it out. I would advise that. I might even watch again. But yeah, I thought the level of accountability was not there for Tyra. I mean, just even if you're talking about the girls, right? You don't really know them; they're contestants, however, whatever. But I mean, I wanted to think about all the things that they did not show on the show, right? Some of the things that they had to cut that they did not let on air. This was a different time in television. This was a different time, and Tyra definitely acknowledged that. But I just wish she would have got kind of more into where her head was, where her headspace was, and maybe just apologizing and reaching out and being authentic. It just didn't. She didn't seem authentic to me. She looked great though. Yeah, I will have to say that. I was looking at some of them old videos, pictures of Tyra Banks. I was like, yeah, okay, for sure. Like, when I think of Tyra Banks, it's really, for me, it's like Fresh Prince, Higher Learning, obviously America's Next Top Model, but I didn't really watch that. So, but yeah, I wanted a little more accountability, Tyra Banks. But when you're a beautiful looking woman for a celebrity, a superstar for so long, who needs accountability? So, all right, that's the latest from me. Media Markets live stream, February 16, 2026. I gave you guys the deal of the day. We just talked America's Next Top Model documentary that is called Reality Check. Kennesaw State, Robert Duvall. We gave some kudos to Victory Lab, Nipsey Hussle 8-year anniversary. 106 Sports has been canceled from BET, and I'll talk some Stephen A as well. Appreciate you all for listening and tuning in. But yeah, go check out. I just did a review on Reality Check, America's Next Top Model documentary. Very good documentary. I never watched the show, but it was a good documentary to see. And Tyra Banks, the accountability queen. I'm joking. She is actually the opposite of that. Appreciate you all for listening and tuning in. I'm your guy, Media Markets. It's 11:20 p.m. right now, February the 16th. I will see you guys soon. I'm going to put this out for a podcast. And you guys be well, be blessed. Appreciate you all for listening and tuning in.